Haley. Well, a local author is taking the thirst for vengeance to dark new places. Coffin Moon, the latest from Portland author Keith Rosson, exploring a 70s Portland and bringing fresh life to the vampire genre.
Yeah, so here to talk about the thrilling story of revenge, loss, and grief is Keith himself. Good morning. It's great to have you here.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, congratulations. This is a cool moment to be able to have this novel out and about. So the vampire novel, I know a lot of people hear that and they're like, oh, Twilight. But this is not a Twilight type novel.
No, this is way more gritty, and generally what I do is I write horror fiction, but it's kind of run through the lens of crime. So it's a nice amalgam of the two. So there's nobody that's really super sweet in this book, you know?
Well, and to me, setting horror stories into like crime and things that we all can experience in real life almost makes it scarier. Like, to me, those are the scariest of the scary stories, or the ones that feel true.
Yeah, and they're very adjacent. I think horror and crime have a lot of things going on, and my whole shtick as a writer is, if I can convince you that these characters are believable and have some, like, they're followable, and you cheer for them when they win and are sad when they lose, I can give you any plot that I want.
Yeah.
You know, it's really all about the characters for me.
That's interesting. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, I want to know about the setting. We talked about it in a tease. It's in Portland, but this isn't modern day Portland. This is 1975 Portland. So what does that mean exactly? Take us back 50 years ago.
Well, you know, I did some research into like that particular year, and we had a really gnarly weather there as far as like snow, and it was very snowy, and the weather was very inclemental, and so that is a big part of it. It's very claustrophobic with all of the snow, and it's just a different world. 50 years ago, you know, Portland and everywhere else was like, it was a vastly different place, and like I said, a little bit grittier than it is now. And Portland at times can be pretty gritty, you know. So,
sure. Yeah. It's always fun to kind of look for those Easter eggs of things that you would recognize, you know,
yeah, there's so many landmarks in the book.
Good. Yeah. That's great.
Talking about your characters, you know, you said that is really important to create these well-rounded characters. You're also dealing with the vampire genre type, which is very well known. So how does your character kind of take a different spin? How do you stand out?
Yeah. So my idea here is that vampires, the whole like sexy vampire who's very
glittery in the sun, all that.
Yeah. I think you'd have to be a certain type of person to survive as a vampire. Because it's kind of predicated on some pretty gnarly stuff. And so those who do well as a vampire are probably not people you really want to hang around with very much.
Yeah.
So I just took that idea and ran with it. Trying to make vampires scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus like sleek.
Which is funny because that was their origin. Right? You know, it feels like, so, you know, you're kind of bringing the authentic vampire back a little bit.
Yep. And again, run through that lens of crime fiction, too.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
I love that.
Well, you got a lot of readers very excited to read this new novel, so much so that your launch party has sold out. So how can folks connect with you? Where can they find your book?
So the event at Hollywood Theater where we're watching Lost Boys and I'm introducing the movie and then selling that has unfortunately sold out, but people can still order signed and inscribed copies from Broadway Books. And please do, because I would love to get to continue to do this.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
So.
It's a great way to support. And I'm going to correct you. Not unfortunately it sold out. This is a good product.
Yeah, it is.
Fortunately,
so lucky.
It sold out. Yeah,
I'm
We're
so
happy
lucky.
for you.
Yeah, we really are. Congrats on the success. Excited for you here on this new literal chapter on this endeavor. So
Awesome.
Looking forward to the read.
Should be fun. Horror with Heart. If you want to check it out, Coffin Moon officially drops next Tuesday. You can get your copy when you check out this story. For more info on coin.com.